Now think electric scooters out here in India and factor in a manufacturer like Ather Energy. Up until today, you only had the 450 scooter to contend with because ever since the company started off in 2018, yes, you only had one scooter, which was the 450. And of course, there were different permutations and combinations in terms of battery size, features, tech, and all that the scooter had to offer in terms of all those aspects. Well, you just had that one scooter. Until today, it remains a very performance-centric machine. So not the best in terms of e-scooters if you fancied yourself a comfortable, easygoing, spacious family scooter. Well, that was until today because we are out here with the new Ather Rizta. This is the Z spec variant. It isn't the top end variant with the 3.7 kilowatt hour battery. It has the rather smaller 2.9 kilowatt hour battery, and we have just a couple of hours to figure out what we can gauge from it. So let's figure out what this scooter brings to the table. Now, in terms of design, this might not be as visually striking as the 450, but then again, I'm not too sure if it was actually meant to be because, well, the 450, it looks slender, athletic build, and you know that it means business by the sharp styling cues. Well, this one, it's meant to be a lot more laid back, and it really tells from the boxy, curvaceous design. Now, it's nowhere as aggressive as something like the 450X, and you could even compare the Rizta to something like the TVS iQube, which is a very nice, balanced commuter e-scooter by way of its overall design aesthetic. The levels of fit and finish are good, and the paint quality is very fitting too. Now, if there's one outstanding or unique bit about the scooter, it would have to be the broad and accommodating seat. Measuring at 900 mm in length, Ather claimed this seat to be the largest seat for any scooter currently out there, and that includes the petrol-powered ones as well. And it is very accommodating, that's for sure. But better still is the 34 liters of room you have under the seat, because you see, you can actually fit in a full face helmet in there. And there's a small compartment to keep stuff like your wallet or washcloth separated from the rest of the items you have in there. There's even this basket that fits into the boot, which can be quite handy while you're out running grocery errands. Clever idea, but that'll cost you extra. Now, even in terms of features, well, the Rizta packs quite a decent amount of kit because you get stuff like the magic twist throttle from the Ather Apex, which is the latest 450 model, which works as a kind of different braking system if you don't really want to employ the levers. Then you have stuff like coasting regen, auto hill hold, skid control, which is traction control in Ather speak, and of course you do have ride modes as well. Just two of them, not like the 4 on the 450. You have Zip and Eco. The screen is quite vibrant, and although it's not a touch TFT screen like the one on the 450, this is a fairly decent screen. It comes with Ather stack, so it has all the connectivity options as well. But then again, it isn't a touch screen, and you will have to really use that joystick. That's the only way you can toggle through your commands and functions on this one. So you have the same battery options that are carried over from the Ather 450X. So you have the base Rizta S with the 2.9 kilowatt hour battery and some connected features missing. Then you have the Rizta Z, which is the version that we have out here today, with the same battery and more connected features, and both these variants come with a standard 350 watt charger that can charge the scooter from 0 to 80% in little under 6 hours. Finally, you have the Rizta Z with a 3.7 kilowatt hour battery, faster 700 watt charger, and all the features thrown in. Now, range is said to be around 123 kilometers with the 2.9 kilowatt hour battery pack in there, and claimed of 160 kilometers with the bigger 3.7 kilowatt hour unit in there. Now, on account of our limited time with the scooter today, we are not going to be getting into validating these numbers this time around. Short time we had with the scooter out around the Nandi Hills area in Bengaluru, the scooter felt an absolute delight to ride in zip mode. It feels quick enough to carry out and overtake even uphill at around 40 kmph, and it doesn't feel like it's really running out of breath, which is awesome. It doesn't give you the thrill of excitement that something like a warp ride mode would provide, but it still feels reasonably quick by EV standards. The regenerative braking provided by the Magic Throttle is also a lot more gradual on this one in comparison to something like the Ather 450 Apex. In Eco mode, well, this is not the best mode if you really fancy even a fraction of excitement. It's alright when you're content with going with the flow of traffic and you're not really interested in getting ahead of anybody or out on the road in a hurry. The front end of the scooter feels light and easy to turn in at all speeds, but it didn't have that dynamic, flickable character of the 450X. It weighs up nicely though, and the seating posture you'll assume on the scooter is perfect for those daily commutes. The suspension, well, it did feel a bit too stiff for my liking, especially at the rear, and the front end felt a bit jittery at higher speeds. We didn't really come across any tricky terrain to feel the skid control or traction control unit really kick in. Okay, let's get to the not so nice bits about the Rizta. So yes, this one comes with the Ather Stack 6, which in plain old English translates to a whole boatload of connectivity and vehicle telemetry features that riders can use to track, share and compare with friends and family. That's all well and good. But then again, I have one major grouse here. You see, there was a time where the SIM in the scooter didn't catch network. And when that happened, the scooter's user interface slowed down horribly. And it took ages to toggle through the settings menu or even get to a map where I could actually make an alteration. Well, there's that, and there's the part where the seat doesn't lock easily on account of some misalignment in the mechanism. Also, the panels on the swing arm make filling the rear tire up with air a bit of a task. Aside from these little aspects, the scooter felt great. Not overly exciting, but very much up for it in terms of overall functionality. Now, Ather say that they will address the issues we've come across by the time the scooters are ready for delivery, which is by mid-June this year. So, that's reassuring. So now to sum this one up, is this scooter, is the Rizta actually a lot better, or does it offer more than just performance and decent build and reliability? Well, of course it does, because according to me, there's a lot of thoughtful processes that have been implemented, not only in terms of features, but in terms of design as well with this particular scooter. And that, at the end of the day, is something that you spend your hard-earned money on, you get a product of good value, and that's a great thing in the end. Now, there's a little more to it than just that, because Ather as a company is known to bring innovative solutions to modern day problems, and they bring really good features, first off features that haven't been seen in any other segment. So stuff like the magic twist throttle, the spacious seat with that under seat, the carriage bag and everything like that. So they're not gimmicky features, they are actual remedies to modern day problems, and that is a good thing with the scooter. Now 1,25,000 rupees, all that the scooter offers, I think that's great value for money. And yes, looking forward to riding it for a longer duration to get a feel of what it's like out on the road for a longer time.